Too.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Spasiba. Пока. Пока. Пока.
Bye.
What does that word mean?
I think it means thank you, but I'm not 100% sure.
What if it was just fuck you?
Yeah, it might
really
be.
bad.
It might be.
How do you say sorry in Russian?
Never mind. No, not that one.
Hasan never says sorry, so he doesn't know. All right,
I say
Frogan, you were
sorry.
right. That was a banger.
That was wild.
I feel like this Chadvice has been really fucking good.
Yeah, you
Really
killed it.
The next person is an update. This person was on, I think, either a year ago or 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember. So Austin and Hasan had this person. They found out their mom was cheating on their dad, and they want to give an update.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, I remember this. Let's hear it.
So this is Lara, pronounced she/her.
Laura, before you give us the update, could you briefly fill in our guests that might not know about the particular situation?
Yeah, of course. So, Hasan, I don't know if you're going to remember this at all. It's been a while. But I came on Chadvice in, I think it was December 2020. And I basically told you guys that I found out that my mom was cheating on my dad by, like, looking through, her messages and DMs and stuff. And I was asking you, like, if I should tell my dad or how I should go about that. And, your advice was, first of all, that we're probably swingers, which, I'll get to that. And second of all, like, to tell him, which I think is obviously most people's reaction. So after that, I ended up, I think I sat on it still for a little while just because, I don't know, I was, like, scared. I don't know. Obviously, it's a kind of hard thing to do. But basically what I ended up doing is I was on a trip with just my dad, and we were in a hotel together, and my mom was home. And I was logged into her, Instagram on my phone, and I could see that she was going to meet up with someone that night, and I was, with my dad away, and I really, felt like I had to do something then. But I didn't want him to know it was me. So what I ended up doing was, like, making a random email account and just sending him, like, the screenshots and proof, and just kind of, which I know, like, sounds crazy. I probably wouldn't do it the same way again if I did it now, but, whatever, I made that decision. And so I ended up, basically just giving him the information and, like, letting him do what he wanted with it, because it was, like, everything was in there. Like, he had all the information. So, long story short, what happened is, we came back to the hotel room, like, didn't tell me really anything was going on. I knew he was on the phone. And they ended up fighting and stuff, but they're still together. Whatever, they're still, they live together, whatever. Me and my brother live with them. And so I basically just sat with that, and nothing came of that for a little while. And then I think 6 months later, I was kind of fighting, like, arguing with my mom about something else unrelated. And I brought it up, and I said, I basically told her, I told her it was me. And he basically just lied about it to me, which is obviously what people who cheat do a lot, is just, like, not, I don't know. So she basically said, like, no, it didn't happen, like, whatever. And I felt like I was going crazy for a while, and I was kind of, like, questioning myself. And then I ended up, like, reading the screenshots again and being like, no, I was definitely right about this. But I basically haven't brought it up again, and I haven't talked to my dad about it. So that's basically the update, which is kind of a crazy story. And then I guess if I were going to ask you guys for advice, it's, I don't know, is this something that basically I should ever talk about it again? Do I just kind of go to my grave with whatever it is right now? And then also I mentioned kind of briefly, I have a younger brother. Like, do I ever tell him about any of this? I guess there's no reason in particular he would need to know, but I don't know. I don't love keeping secrets from him and stuff like that, so I'd like to get your guys' takes on that.
Ooh, okay.
I'm confused. Did your dad, like, how did your dad respond to this?
He was, like, angry. I mean, they didn't do anything in front of me. Obviously, they were, like, fighting in private, so I wasn't there for the majority of, like, what I assume they were arguing about. But he was angry, and then I guess, not angry enough to like get a divorce or anything. I think, you know, obviously they have kids. They have been married for like almost 20 years. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. I didn't think he would, which I said last time I came on. I said, like, I think if I tell him, like, not much is going to change, which ended up being the case.
How old is your brother?
He's 15 now.
I think don't traumatize him.
I agree.
I think just, you know, as long as they're together, you know, they might be keeping it together specifically for both of your development. You know what I mean? And, I mean, you're kind of fucked already. So that's like, you know, like spare your brother from that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, at least for now.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 18.
Is it kind of eating at you? Is that why you're on here? Like, it's eating at you. You want to tell someone. You feel like you need to fill your brother in on it.
Now, not as much. When I first found out, like 2 years ago, yeah, definitely. I was like, because I couldn't tell anyone. I couldn't, you know, all my friends know my parents.
So she told
I can't tell my
30,000
parents.
people.
So like, yeah, I think it was actually like 50,000 at the time. So all you guys found
Damn,
out.
I fell off. Okay.
I'm kidding. But now, I mean, now people, like my friends, I've talked to them about it. My boyfriend knows and stuff. So not as much now. I have outlets and like very healthy people around me. So I don't feel this like crazy need to go tell my little brother this thing that, you know, you're right, will probably not help him at the very least. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe when we're like 30, I'll just drop it on him one day.
I mean, I think that eventually the truth will inevitably come out when both of you guys leave to go to college, I suspect. So when that happens, like, or when, you know, when they're like, I think they're being good. Like, I think your dad is being a very good person in this situation. It seems like, I mean, we don't have access to all the details, and quite frankly, I don't even know if you should know all the details even. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's better to just like hold off for a little bit, and who knows, and then like a couple years down the line when he's in college or something like that, that's when you can probably bring it up.
I would suggest not dropping it on him, though, because that's something that could really mess with his idea of what his parents are to him and their relationship. And I really think that can be a very destabilizing thing to learn about your family. So I would recommend that when you feel like the time is right, you exercise as much caution in you know, approaching it sensitively.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was kidding a little bit. Like, obviously, I was his age when I found out, and it was like a lot for me. So I understand, like, you know, I love him. Obviously, I'm not trying to put him through like anything crazy.
Yeah, it could be rough to find that out and then not be able to ask anyone. You know, he wouldn't have any questions, or he wouldn't have any answers to any questions that he has.
Right.
Yeah.
You should also probably get your parents to get you into therapy if you haven't already done that.
Yeah, I have not talked about this with my parents at all. I think maybe a little bit later, a little down the line, I might look into that.
You seem well put together for you know, all things considered, but it's still, there might be some, you know, underlying, you know, resentment. I don't know. It would be good to probably get some therapy.
I appreciate that. I think you said the same thing last time I came on that I was very calm about, which, you know, it's been a while now. It doesn't, like, it's not something I think about, obviously, on a daily basis. I have a good relationship with both my parents, my mom too, which is, I don't know, like, cool, I guess, but also a little bit weird, because we just never talked about it again. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for the advice. It was definitely helpful last time when I was thinking about everything.
You don't have to bring up why you want to go to therapy, by the way. You don't have to bring that up.
Yeah.
Just ask for it.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I like my college also has good resources for mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
And
I know
for the record,
there,
like, it's not, I mean, I need to stress this again. It's not your fault. These are adults that are supposed to be responsible. It's like, so don't carry that with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like there is a little bit of maybe them staying together when they're unhappy for us, which sucks a little bit. But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like, you're right, they are adults. It's, you know, it's all their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us an update.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Ciao.
Very casual.
Slip that in there.
Slip it
He was
in.
waiting
He was-
for it.
Yeah. He had a countdown in his head.
I went to Italy, and then I have an Italian driver, and ever since then it's been ciao.
Sorry, what you said was
we have
completely overtaken by Hassan's
Really,
antics
Morgan?
over
Really?
here.
What?
What is this? What is this fucking tweet, huh?
I didn't make it. I stole it.
That doesn't make it any better. You posted it.
It's funny.
It really, it's too good. Everything is the same color of everything.
Bro, that's how Big Ed thinks he looks. Wait, I have a question. Do you wash your hair with mayo?
No, I do not. I wash
Hey,
it with
Hasan,
Aesop
out,
shampoo.
is that the hotel in England?
No, this was Amsterdam. This was the Hilton that we were staying at.
That's the Hilton?
Is my room much worse than yours? Is that what you're gonna say? Because because you forgot to book mine. It's fine, I guess.
I did forget to book as we got to the hotel in Amsterdam, and I forgot to book Hasan's room because he told me that Twitch had booked him a room, and I forgot.
Yeah, no,
I got
it's cool.
Will's room.
It's cool. We can.
I got
We have a
Will.
lot of guests. We don't have to.
I'll let
we
you
don't have
hash
to-
this out. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, we don't have to air out our grievances here. Okay.
I remembered Will's room, but Hasan had checked in. He told me Twitch was getting his hotel, but he forgot there was like a little gap that needed to be filled in that reservation.
Austin, I have a question. What happened to respecting your elders?
Oh, that's a good point. He is my elder. I should definitely respect
Am I
him.
though? Am I though? Because the meme right now is that you're the old one.
Yeah, and it's very damaging to my career. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So
but you
I'm
are the
trying
old
to-
one, so.
No, you are older than me.
Oh,
by
I do have
about
youthful
7
exuberance, which you lack. So who's to say I'm the
Okay.
old one?
Anthony's older than
No.
all of you.
But again,
Really?
youthful exuberance. See, Austin didn't even believe it.
It's true.
Dude, I saw the tweet this morning. I was like, there's no way he's like 34.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
gonna
I
love hearing this.
I thought, yeah, I was shocked by that as well when I saw the "Told Me In It" clip.
I want to be a dad for sure. People say I have dad energy. I wanna
You
be a
are
dad,
wearing
but
a
not-
Nike dry fit shirt right now.
I was about to go work out. I'm going to work out today, Hasan. I go to the gym. You should try it. Okay.
I mean, I went to the gym this morning, so
well, I'm going to go run.
yeah.
and
Going
then
in
I'm
the
gonna go
afternoon
lift
is
weights.
dad behavior. So
No, it is. But I'm a good friend, and I was here on Chadvice, something that I
oh,
that I
thanks.
love to do. Yeah.
By the way, he's saying that sarcastically, but he literally asked me to be on.
No, I asked him, "Am I going to be on Chadvice?" And he said yes. And I said, "Okay, I'll be there."
Yeah, we don't believe that you're 34.
What is that? What chat's talking about now, or is that what you
we
guys
think
are
it's
talking
we
about?
think it's a government conspiracy.
You know, I do have this theory that maybe my parents faked my birth certificate, so
Yeah.
then they just lied to me my whole life. So there's that.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, who's our next victim?
So before we get into it, like, do you want me to, like, how many more do you want me to do? Do you want to do? We can cut some people. We already told a few people that they're not guaranteed. So don't feel bad.
Okay, how many more do you guys think?
17 more?
Wait, 17 more? That'd be like 5 hours. Okay, well, I love that energy, but I don't have that.
Do we want to
kind
say
of-
like 3 more?
3 more?
Oh,
Okay,
wow,
cool.
That's a big
5
Wow.
more? I don't know.
You went from
Okay. So we've done 8 people so far in 2.5 hours.
okay. Well, let's do 5.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
And if we
Perfect,
still
so that's
like, we
everybody
can.
else.
I think we can go for another hour, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys fine
Let's
with
do
that?
it. Yeah. Now that I'm
Wait,
feed,
so-
I'm good.
5 and yeah, I can do another hour. But are we going to get 5 in 1 hour? Do you think?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
What's 5
We did
divided by-
8 in 2.5
minutes.
We can do it. We can
Okay,
do it.
cool.
We gotta go faster.
Can I warm up some food here?
No,
No.
I'm kidding, dude. Go do your thing. Don't worry about it.
No. I'm just. I need some protein. It's eating. It's like your eating hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go do your thing. Don't worry about
But
it.
I'm listening. I'm gonna get in Discord on my phone so I can make sure. I'll listen on the stream.
Austin,
so I'll make
go.
Sure.
And you're wasting time. Okay, we'll be able to give advice without you. Don't worry.
No, I just need to be here to give my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Austin, ciao. Oh, he didn't hear me.
Ciao.
He didn't. Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay.
Ciao.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
All right. The next person is, I don't want to butcher their name, either Tara or Tara. Pronouns are she, her.
Hi, it's Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Hello, Tara.
Hi. So here's kind of the, I guess, dilemma that is going on. So I have lived in Utah my entire life, like a suburb of Utah. And my husband has also lived in Utah his entire life, and you know, we like Utah for the most part. Like it's a beautiful state, but I was raised in a very loosely Mormon family. And when I say loosely, I mean like we didn't really go to church. Both my parents like smoked cigarettes, like, you know, just very loosely Mormon. I never really went to church, basically. My husband, he grew up in a more strict or LDS Mormon household. And he left the church a couple of years ago, but I don't know how much you know about Mormonism, but like, you know, like he served a mission and like all of that. So, basically we had twins last year, and, I don't want to raise them in Utah. And the reason for that is that when I was a child, I had a really hard time, like, not really being the Mormon child. Like, parents wouldn't allow me to hang out with their kids, things like that. And there's just like, there's not a lot of diversity. And so I really want to move, but my husband is very against moving, because he loves to snowboard and camp and fish, and Utah's a great place for all of that.
So's Colorado.
Yes, so is Colorado. And you know, we've talked about like, you know, like Wyoming and like a couple of other places, but like it seems like he just like, you know, just doesn't want to move. And it's been kind of weighing on me because like now that I have little girls, with like everything that's going on, you know, Utah's a very conservative state. And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the advice that I need is, you know, what would you do? You know, what do you recommend?
I mean, I get out of Utah ASAP. But that's me. I think not only are your concerns valid, but I think it's very healthy of you to want to raise your children in an area, especially if you're not interested in raising them inside of like the Mormon culture and community. Considering your background, it doesn't seem like you want to do that. What I don't understand is your husband interested in like at least having some kind of association or tie to the church? Did I misunderstand that part? Or is it only
not at all?
Oh, so it's literally just like, I love Utah. Like he rides for Utah, and he thinks the Utah fish are better.
Yeah, basically.
Well, Salt Lake is drying up anyway.
And the mountains are better. Like the snow's better.
No, the snow is good everywhere, I think. So that's not a reason to stay in Utah.
It seems like you have some very good reasons for your family. And if it's just, you know, if it's the nature aspect of it, you know, kind of going with what Hasan was saying, there are other places to have that nature aspect of it. And if it really is about your children, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It seems like that's a deeper discussion that, you know, to find out if there are additional reasons why he doesn't want to move. Because if it's just for the nature aspect of it, you know, you can find that somewhere else. So there must be something else deeper to it, another reason that he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I think that a lot of it also just kind of has to do with the fact that, like, the idea of moving is stressful, and the idea of moving like out of state is even more stressful. But like we both have jobs that are super like I work from home, I can work in any state. He is a pharmacy tech, and so he has a like he can get a he just has to renew his license essentially to work in basically any state. So like there's nothing like really holding us back. We don't own a home or anything like that. And so yeah, I think and you know, maybe it's the friends, like, you know, he's had the same friend since like literally like middle school.
Right.
Does he not share
and
your
all of our
concerns
families here.
about like the future for your kids? Does he not feel the same way that you do?
I think that he does, but I think that part of it is like almost like there's no hope like anywhere. Like it's kind of just gonna it's like
so it's hopeless no matter
kind
what.
of lost hope.
But your concerns are specifically with Mormonism
And Utah.
in Utah, which is definitely not
so
everywhere in the same way.
Yeah, so yes, that's right. So like it's the fact that like I don't want my kids to be the weird ones because they're not Mormon, and the ones that, you know, don't get to do the things that other kids get to do, like summer camps and all that stuff. Because like honestly, I wouldn't even want my kids to go even if their friends invited them. Because like the church would allow like a non-member to go, but like I don't want them to go, essentially.
So when you bring that up with him, does he agree when you bring up that it's Mormonism specifically in Utah that you worry about?
Yeah, I think so, because he and it's interesting because he has a completely different view than me, because he was LDS as a child. Right. So he talked about like the Catholic kid who was like considered the weird one. So like he knows even from the other side what it's like to not be Mormon.
It seems like if you had a pros and cons list of the idea of moving, it seems like it would be heavily weighed toward the pros side. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I think that there might be some other underlying reasons. Like it seems like he's comfortable there and he's afraid because this is a big change no matter what, obviously, regardless of whether he's within the LDS or not anymore. I think that kind of change is pretty dramatic. Has he left? Is he like publicly left the church, or is he? Because I'm sorry, I had to open the door for a reason, but I don't know if you mentioned this or not. So. I wanted to see is he still connected to the church, or is he still connected to his family?
Yeah, so like I mean, we're not like the type of people who are like, oh, we're leaving the church. We just kind of did it, you know, like he doesn't like, so he served a mission, so like he went to the temple and like, you know, wore like the garments and all that, and he stopped that, and like we just don't go to church, but like we haven't like officially removed records or anything. We've just decided like, hey, we don't want to do this anymore. And like we were never married in the temple, or because I have never been like worthy of that according to the church, because again, I haven't been active in the church since I was basically a kid. So
I think in order for your daughter's development, you have the right idea. 100%. And despite the fact that this kind of change is really, really significant, really big, I think, especially considering your daughters are young at this moment, it's good to make this change as quickly as possible, because you know there's gonna be a point where like that kind of dramatic change will be traumatic for your children as well, and that's significantly more important than like how difficult it is for your husband. So I think you should clearly communicate that for sure. to him.
Especially for sure.
Because
I agree. Yeah.
Because I think you're absolutely valid, and no matter what, like even if he sees like the Catholic kid and how they were, ostracized or whatever, he's never going to fully understand it in the same way that you experienced it. So really stressing that point is huge. But definitely I think you got to make this choice quickly and communicate to him that like while his concerns are valid as well, that most of the issues that he's brought up are easily solvable in comparison to your daughter's not exactly having a appropriate development in inside of Utah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what I've always kind of like said is that, there's like other places that we can go. Like, yes, there's, like I said, like I talked about like Wyoming, I don't know about Colorado. Like, I don't know like about cost of living and how much he could make there. Not that like we're doing super great in Utah anyway, because for some reason everyone's moving here. But like it's kind of expensive everywhere. So like we kind of have to like figure that out. But it's also like it's the fact that like our politics are very heavily influenced by the church as well. And so, even if, like we've talked about like, well, if we live in Salt Lake City, where it's a far more, Democratic leaning area, there's still laws that are always going to be basically in line with the LDS Church's beliefs.
Yeah, a state that gave us Orrin Hatch for as long as it did is not gonna be conducive for the development of your children, especially daughters. Yeah, I'll say this much. I think like one thing you can do is try to get commitments from him a little bit, slowly but surely ease him into the idea. And one thing that you can do, and this is something that he has to do, but like look forward, like try to figure out things that he could look forward to leaving the state. And Colorado seems like a really good idea regardless. I would say definitely don't go east, but go west. Because the mountains are much nicer out there, and all the outdoorsy stuff is much nicer out there. It's just like liberal, but also you get the same vibes. Like he should look for comparable positions and like try to see himself in that situation. Try to see himself in Colorado first. And it seems like maybe he could warm up to the idea further.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think that's like a good starting place, because like we still have like a year with like almost a year with our lease, so there's like time to like figure it out. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. And Colorado's close, so like we can still,
exactly.
See our family. And,
exactly. Yeah.
So
that's my recommendation for sure. All right. He's left the state before, right?
Yeah, I mean, his family's from California, but I personally would never live in California. No offense.
I don't
blame you. It's just whatever.
I don't blame you. High income tax, high gas tax.
Okay, you
high
sound like
sales
Trump.
tax.
You sound like, you're just doing Trump now. That's what you're doing.
Democrat-run cities,
Oh, no, they
folks.
can't.
Can't let it happen.
Yeah.
Can't let it happen.
Okay.
I mean, I'm also from New Jersey, so like I can't really talk too much crap on California.
Yeah,
but
no, I'll tell you, someone that lived in both states, California is fucking infinitely better than New Jersey.
But the bagels.
Yeah. But he also lives in
Only thing they got.
Argentina because he, served a Mormon mission. So, he's also lived out of the country. And so, yeah, he's definitely seen places and been places. But
yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, you got you got some homework now. You know what I mean? Like trying to find adjacent jobs, like things to do. And the best way to persuade someone is usually to try to not convince them, but rather make it their idea. And the best way to make it their idea is by showing them how awesome it will be, like to live in Colorado.
Yeah, it might be about, finding different places to live and just getting it on his radar so he starts thinking about the fact that he could live somewhere else and have that same connection with nature and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay. I think that's a good place to start, is to find other places that are good, not just with nature, but also education and stuff like that, because education also sucks in Utah, which is another concern of mine. So there's a lot of reasons, but the two that we talked about are kind of, the biggest ones for me. So we will definitely do homework. He's watching right now too.